So Murphy and Rudy were two dogs I had growing up. They were schnauzers. Our logo is actually, I can't believe it worked.
I see
the
it.
two
Yeah,
faces
I see it
smashed
now.
together.
I see it now.
So now it's not as sentimental. I mean, they were great dogs. I loved them very much, but this is not like I have a problem letting go of my dogs. It is more defines our brand personality. So Murphy was the old first dog in the house before I was. Kind of the old curmudgeon. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Kind of the old traditional way of doing things. And then Rudy, who we called Rude, he was the puppy. He kind of represents the creative experimentation, no bounds, I can do what I want kind of mentality. So we try to kind of smash that together here and not kind of celebrate both. For all intents and purposes, we are still making this stuff the same way we made it a few hundred years ago. We've just gotten quite a bit better at knowing what we're doing during the process with the advent of science and all of that, which is helpful.
Technology helps too.
Indeed. One, we opened as a specialty malt house, so we have very limited capacity compared to the big guys. For sake of comparison, the economy of scale, a large like multinational malt house like a Weirman or even a domestic or North American one like Raw or Great Western or Breeze, they are typically running anywhere from 200 to 400 ton batches, and I produce now theoretically about 300 tons a year. Focused on specialty malts. It gives folks the option to kind of weave us in where they need to. We have a more diverse product list, but that allows folks to, for instance, stick to their silo volume. I would never be able to fill silos anyway, so stick to your volume base malts perhaps, and then use us for specialties or high kilns or something like that. So it ended up working out pretty well, and that we could get a really diverse array of customers, everywhere from the smallest brewery to the biggest, like you guys, and then urban or rural breweries, farm breweries, distributing, non-distributing, kind of distributing. So we have a big kind of mix. I went into this thinking like, okay, 5 to 10 barrel breweries are my customer. That does not end up being the case, which was nice. So we get to de-commoditize this space. So what used to be a volume product, malt is malt is malt is malt, just get it here, who cares who makes it, it all tastes the same. We could not disagree more, and so we're trying to really bring the value added part of value added agriculture kind of back into this space. It's always kind of been this, somebody grows it, somehow it gets there, and then somehow it arrives here, and that's just kind of I don't know, a lost storyline, I guess. I mean, it's a huge pain in the ass to get this stuff
Underappreciated.
from a field, let alone to a bag, to a malt house, to a brewery. So there's a lot of really important steps there. That to me is not deserves more than just a commodity kind of vanilla description. Shockingly enough, I was the first dedicated commercial malt house in Virginia. I am somehow still the only one. See that starch. And you see how it kind of smears out, kind of like a dry powder. That means modification. If this was very early on, you would be rubbing that, and it would just kind of ball up into a ball of Play-Doh. Yeah, so we're all Virginia grown right now. We've only had to go outside of Virginia once to Eastern Shore of Maryland.